Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 31 of my Factorio Post-Nauvis guide. So in the last episode, we cleaned up our blueprint for the assembling Upcycler. Got that working pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. And we also created one for the EM plant. If you watched the episode yesterday, I had quite a few mistakes. This looks quite a bit different than what we have here. You know what, it is what it is, but I made a few mistakes. I've already updated the mistakes, so I will just quickly go over what the changes are, like what we did and what is different. So I did not have inserters up here, putting the upcycled items onto the bus, or onto the belt to bring them over. I also did not have any inserters putting the regular product out onto this belt, so I had to do that. Had to change some power pole placement so the power poles are in a different position. One thing that is included in this version is I also forgot to filter these guys, these inserters, to have them only bring out the crafted item in its in the quality that we want. Yeah, so there were a couple mistakes, so this is mostly not functioning. But like I said, I did update it, so we do have an updated version. And all the changes that are here, I changed before I uploaded the blueprints to my Discord. So if you want these blueprints, then yeah, head over to my Discord and I give those out freely. I think that was the only issues. I had to drop this down a little bit because I decided that I was going to have an underground belt come over and bring this over, and then that needed to filter not our item back into this, and yeah. Anyways, maybe another mistake was that I don't technically need this guy here, but you know what, it is what it is. This is now going to be working, and it is going to function as intended. Okay, now that we have that down, we are not going to be placing it here. I'm going to go back to the way that I originally kind of envisioned this, and we are going to have an upcycler section over here. This over here is going to be a kind of like recycling area. I know our bots are still just going at it, moving all of our stuff over. It's going to be worse once we get rid of all this. Yeah, so I wanted to leave some space down here because there's a few things that I want to still get done on this sushi bus. We are just going to go over those real quick. So this is as far back as this is going to go, I think. We might be able to like move it up with, but anyways. I'm going to try to reuse as much of this area over here as I can. We are going to have some funky things happen up here because we cannot just go straight over. We can. Why did I not want to? I think I decided that I wanted to turn it early. And that would mean that some of these will not make the cut. What was I doing? Okay, this can go that way. I don't know, something like this. I feel like there was a reason I didn't want to have this here. And now I don't remember what it was because it's been like 2 weeks. Maybe that was it. Alright, let's get rid of that. Yep, I think that was it. Okay, so our little sushi bus will be allowed to continue on to here. Well, kind of. We're gonna actually back this up to here. And then we will do some more fun stuff with this space here. Okay, before we get into that, like I said, there's a couple things that I wanted to kind of pull off of the bus. These are, we're probably gonna have to continue these on. It's fine, we've got lots of room over here, so, you know, we can do some funky stuff in here if we absolutely have to. But I want to have a system that will, okay, so one, this section here is going to remain open for rockets, or rocket silos. So if we needed to extend back or, you know, add like, I don't know, 5 or 6 more here, then we could. An extra one over here. We won't need more than probably this section, but, and this is going to be quite a bit of travel time for whatever we create up here. It is what it is. But I want to have a system where, like, we have these recyclers here, and this probably isn't going to be enough to cover the materials that they are producing. So I want to have a system where once we start collecting things, we connect everything to the red network, well, everything important to the red network, and have a set of recyclers that will start, I guess, tearing down some of these other items if we need some of the intermediate items that they produce when they're recycled. So what I mean by that is, let's say that I have a belt coming through here. We will allow, let's say, 2 of these items. I don't know how many of these I like really want to use. Yeah, we'll just do 10 for now. We can always extend it and add more later. So let's just assume that this is going to be enough. Okay, so we're going to have a standard little section in here where we bring something in. And I think ideally... Okay, wait a minute. I was thinking of having 2 items in here. I think maybe we'll just do 1. Because I want to make sure that, for instance, if I... No, I can do 2, because if I kind of pair them together, let's say that I need more green circuits, well, then I can have red circuits and blue circuits coming in as well. Yeah, so let's do it like that. I'm going to filter these for red circuits. This one for blue. Oh, no. I changed my mind. Yep. This is fine. Because I want the blue to be on the top row. Because I want it to grab blue before it starts grabbing red. And then if this were to back up, then these stop taking the red and stop taking the blue, and those are going to be allowed to continue on. And then we're going to have another situation where these need to go back onto our sushi bus. Make sure all these are facing the right direction, and yes. So I haven't done something like this before, obviously, because I've never done like a sushi bus like this before, but this in theory should be fine. And again, with our not being able to connect to the electrical network. Okay, so that's one. Now we're going to be limited by the space that this one will need. And this one is going to be exclusively gears. I'm going to copy this section and force that in here so that we can save a little bit more time. These need to be connected together. Wait a minute. Okay, and I think I want to do this one more time, and we might have to use this section here. Okay, and that'll look something like that. And this will be, I don't know, let's say LDS if we need copper. Is there anything? Yeah, if we needed copper plates for whatever reason, then we can do copper wire. LDS. I probably could do another one for concrete in case we needed more stone brick, but I don't think stone brick is going to be a problem. Plastic might end up being a problem, and I don't really have a good solution for that because this is going to be... If I wanted to do plastic, then I would probably need to only do LDS here. Now the question is, will copper plates be any more or less of a problem than our plastic? And I think the answer is no, plastic is going to be more important. So, you know what, let's just hold on to it. We can always adjust this. We can always change this to be, hey, you guys do this for plastic instead of do this for copper plates or whatever, because let's see, copper plates we needed for potentially batteries, and we needed it for superconductors. Although obviously we have superconductors being created further up this way over here, but we will be adding in a section for requesters to kind of beef up these guys if they don't have the correct supply, which I mean also could have been solved by putting like dedicated recyclers over here for like up this way for, let's say, LDS. Anyways, so outside of this, there's a couple of other things that we need. One, I want to have, we need to have some, like somewhere, something making reinforced concrete. So we're going to have a small build with reinforced concrete. As a matter of fact, we might be able to just take something from our novice area. So we need water, which we have on the bus. We need sticks. So we need concrete. Where's the concrete? The we not need yeah, we needed concrete. Why does this not have concrete? Oh, it's here. Oh my gosh. Okay, blind. Yep, totally blind. So I have 3 belts coming in. This one is concrete. And then I have steel and sticks. So the sticks are going to be a little bit of a problem, but not really. And there's 2 ways to go about handling the sticks. One, we could bring in gears and a recycler to convert it into iron, or we could bring in just the iron and hope that, let's see, this guy should be fine, actually. This should be plenty enough to give us the desired iron that we want. So we're just going to bring in the iron. So I'm going to bring in, let's say, concrete and steel. Okay, so this will be concrete and steel. And then we will need another section for iron plates. I probably shouldn't have done that yet. Let's figure out what we need and where we need it. Water is going to be the first line here. Pipeline extent is fine. So water, actually, that probably lines up perfectly. We're not going to be able to stretch this. Oh. That is a problem. That is a big problem. Let's cut this and move it down. Okay, well, sometimes you have to sacrifice, right? Okay, so we need assemblers. Alright, so I'm just going to copy this. And use that. Well, kind of. It is obviously going to be a little bit different. Now, why did you know? Oh, it. Alt, Gumi. Okay, so this is water coming in. We have water covered. We have iron and concrete covered. We need some iron sticks. This is going to be the output, and this is going to be whatever we need for iron sticks. Okay, so let's just say for iron sticks, we honestly don't even need that much. We need like 1 machine. I know, right? This whole like dedicated line here just for a single machine. How awesome is that? Yep, that's it. Okay, so this will be putting out. This is bringing in. And that will be collecting reinforced concrete. steel, concrete, here and here, water, sticks, iron plate. Yes, these filters, very important. Okay, and that's kind of the end of the line over here. So I guess we can then use a lot of this space for a lot of the upcyclers that we're going to be having. And keep in mind, I have storage on them, so this is actually acting as a almost like a bot mall. There's some other things that I probably would have liked to be able to do, but we're kind of limited in the area that we have, or in the space that we have. Do I have enough area do I have enough space to do it here, I wonder? Wait a minute. That is just going to be not enough space. Unless I do something crazy and like drag this over. Meet it with something over here? Oh my gosh, do I actually want to do that? I kind of think I do. Because I want to make tier 2 quality modules. And I would have preferred to do that here. I want to leave this area open for the rockets. Even if we may or may not need them, I want to leave it open. Okay, it's going to be ugly. You know what? It's Fulgora. It is what it is. And also don't forget that whatever we do is going to be cannibalizing off of the line for everything else. So this is going to be cannibalizing from whether or not we needed this. Like if we needed more green circuits, this is going to be filling this up first. Okay, so wait, did I want this or did I want green circuits first? You know what, we're gonna go to Novice because we're just gonna copy whatever we have over here. This is basically, well, we want this to be a little bit bigger, but this is basically what we're gonna end up with. Something like this. Yep. Okay, well, it doesn't look as bad now that we're, like, this one's gonna be pretty close. I did not want it, hold on. Flip this, because I want the green circuits coming in from the top. And I kind of want it back. This is not going to be enough space. Tell you what, if I do it on the line like this, I can have the red and the blue coming in this way. And the green coming in somewhere like this. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so that'll give us 8 of these, 4 of these, and then in our quality upcycler, that'll give us the supply to be able to have 2 of the quality upcycled items. And then we can take this guy and stamp this here, and then have this come back here somewhere. Okay, so that, like I said, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it could have been better, could have been worse. Okay. We need to turn this thing on. Well, I mean, we've already turned it on, but we need to do more stuff. So let's get this guy going. And then after, we are going to start the collection process. Oh boy, I hope this all works out. For now, it's gonna be fine if this just opens up and goes. Later on, we're gonna have some circuits coming down the line attached to the red. Uh-oh. Okay, we're gonna attach to the red network. Oh, I did not filter this. All right. Okay, one of these needed to be red circuits. And the other one green circuits. All right, that's way better. Okay, and then further up the line here, I think I might have... We might just do like a little parameterization blueprint. Be something like this, and then I can say whatever is filtered in this slot is going to be our parameter. This is a parameter, and it doesn't really matter. We're just doing this. That's safe. It did not. Now it's saved. Okay, so we need, I think it's something like 17 of these. So we already have homium being collected. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We need 16 of these. And they don't have to be in any particular order, although we can maybe help the process by looking and seeing, okay, which one of these... Oh, wait. I thought of something else. I want to limit these, because there's no reason for us to have 8 full chests of any of this item. Alright, let's try this again. This is a very important process. Okay, so we have... I don't know, I guess we can just go in order of what's here. Ice. Iron plates. Copper plates. Steel. Solid fuel. Plastic. Batteries. Iron gears. Copper cable. Green circuits, red circuits, blue circuits. LDS. Oh, I forgot about stone. We already have holmium ore, so I'm not worried about that. We could have a secondary storage. I mean, it's not a big deal. Concrete. Stone brick. That is 16 items. We did have a collection of the... Why are you not? What is going on here? Oh my goodness. There's a stalemate. Why is there a stalemate? Because I did not fix the train area after. Alright. How about you just go? Oh, really? Okay, now it's fine. Okay. Anyways. We obviously do not have enough of the... Did I not make inserters? I thought I made inserters. Whatever. Let's just do that real quick. I have my bot mall blueprint. We need the yellow. Might as well. Like, we have the gears, right? Oh, the power of bot malls. And our poor bots. Okay. We need substations. Is that gonna cover? Now, in theory, this should have been pretty close to moving. Okay, so it is probably almost that time. I think we need to start tearing this down, which we will do in the next episode. We are going to start turning all of this. I didn't even need a... Wait, what? How are you guys getting power? You're not getting power because you don't exist. Okay. Alright, so that is going to be it for me for this episode. I know, it was a little bit of a maintenance episode. They, they're more or less necessary. But we have now this massive collection area. Hopefully this turned out right. These are all going to be stored like that. We're going to connect all of these together via the red wire. We're going to put it on the red wire network, and then we're going to track how much we need. And this is going to determine like the health of the base. So for instance, down here, we did connect... Where did it go? We did connect these so that we can see how much holmium ore we're going to have stored. I should probably limit these to... I don't know. These could have been buffer chests. Anyways. Yeah, so that's going to be it for me for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to we're going to tear this down, or start the process at least, and create a massive recycling area. We also have a lot of quality upcycler area over here. We can just go over some of that, hopefully. And yeah, we are really close to leaving this planet. We get to see a little bit of this in action. So part of the determining the quality or health of the base is I'm going to have these set up so that these lines are disabled, or maybe the inserters are disabled and not letting items through if we have enough of something. Just to kind of give you an idea on what we're going to be doing with that. Yeah, so if you've been enjoying my content, well, you know what to do. And yeah, like I said, in the next episode, we're going to be building a massive recycling area, tearing down the starter base, and hopefully maybe placing some quality upcyclers that, you know, definitely work this time. All right, so I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.